Hey sir, may I have an interview?
What are you interviewing?
We are shooting video like social media.
Oh, okay.
What was your job?
Well, I'm retired now, but I'm giving talks and things and radio comedy and theatre work.
How old are you?
87.
And when did you retire?
I never retire. I never retire. I'm on the go all the time.
Why do you sit here?
I come for an organ recital on the second Friday of the month over at the church over there. So I went round the corner to get something to eat and I've come to have a look at the garden.
Why did you choose the job?
I don't know, it just happened really because I was in the Royal Air Force and I went out to, worked in Southampton and worked on the H-bomb shops out in Christmas Island. That was in 1958. We worked in Air Ministry London in civvies, we didn't wear in uniforms, on Churchill's war room. We were working two floors down and you had to phone up to see what the weather was like, to know whether it was raining or not, because obviously we were working two floors underground, you didn't know what the weather was like upstairs. When I went out to New York, we flew out on civilian aircraft, British Overseas Airways, BOAC it was, and came down in New York in a blizzard in 1958. Didn't see anything of New York. Flew across the States to San Francisco on TWA, Trans World Airlines, which we called Try Walking Across. And from San Francisco we flew out to Honolulu, and then from Honolulu out to Christmas Island in civilian, in Royal Air Force planes out to Christmas Island. Another time I spent a month during the Suez crisis in 1956, when those in Cyprus went out to Suez. And then I was back in London, Air Ministry London. When I came out of the Air Force, I went to live on an island in the Bristol Channel called Lundy. It takes about 3 hours to get to the island, 24 knots. Coming North Devon or Bideford. And they've got about 23 self-catering places now. When I lived over there, it was a privately owned island. And there were no licensing laws, and the pub would stay open as long as anybody wanted to drink. I can remember the publican and his girlfriend. They got a row or something. It's about the publican and his wife. They were having a row, and there was a great big jar on the counter of pickled eggs. She suddenly picked up this enormous great jar of pickled eggs, tipped it up, and poured it all over him.
What was the things you cannot forget? Pessimistically or optimistically?
You know, a lot of people today, they're in their 70s and 80s. And when we started this appreciation society, which we call Jackass, JHACCAS, which stands for Jack Holbert and Cicely Courtnage Appreciation Society. She became a dame, so I've been running this society for about 34 years. We bring out a magazine irregularly 6 times a year. We have something like 50 to 100 members, and we meet on the last Friday of the month on the Club for Actors and Actors in Bedford Street, London. Of course, most of the members were in their 70s and 80s at that time, so they're all dead now and gone on. And so we repeat a lot of the articles which we've written in the magazine 10, 20, 30 years ago.
How many children do you have?
I've got 2, and they're both married now. Mm-hmm. My son lives in Lancaster Gate, and my daughter lives in West Brompton, so they're fairly close.
Who take care of you?
Nobody takes care of me, I take care of myself. I live by myself, I do my own cooking, I run my own garden. My son comes in once a week to see if I'm still alive, I suppose.
Where is your wife?
My wife died 10 years ago. And
sorry to hear about that. Sorry.
She was from Iran. She was Iranian.
How did you know your wife?
Well, actually, I met her in England, and she was one of my rather more mature students when I was teaching in London. We went down to the West Country one day between Christmas and New Year, and we got snowed up, and so we were down there for about a fortnight. We couldn't drive out because of the snow, so we couldn't get back to London, and then we got married on the 13th of January.
What's your life changed after your wife passed away?
I was able to do exactly as I wanted to do, and I could live at home, and if I wanted to get up and have breakfast at 3 in the morning, I could do it, and then go back to bed again. It's quite an advantage in living on your own, because you can do just what you like and get up when you like. There's nobody to say, oh, don't come in
May I ask one personal question?
Okay.
How much pension do you have monthly?
I've no idea. I've never bothered about it. As long as there's some money in the bank, I draw it out, and I really have no idea how much it is. Well, I drove buses at one time. I drove buses in London, and I think I was earning about, this was going back about 20 years now, because I had to retire. When you're driving buses, as soon as you're 60, you have to take a test every year. One year I didn't pass the test because my eyesight had failed, and so I couldn't see to drive the bus. Well, I could see to drive it, but I might drive on the pavement half the time. I suppose I was earning something about £400 a week on the buses. That would be 20 years ago. It's considerably more now.
Do you have something to say to the younger generation, like born after 1990?
Just go ahead and do everything you want to in life. Some people just have one job. Other people have what they call a jack of all trades, which means that they do many things. I've quite enjoyed doing many things, learning to play the piano up to grade 8, playing the organ, playing the drums, singing. I was in a church choir at one time. I could tell you a lot of stories about that one. And people getting married. Mickey Rooney, he was an American and he got married 8 times. He married 8 times, and someone said to him one day, "Can you give me some advice about marriage?" He said, "Yes. If you get married, always get married in the morning. And if it doesn't work out, you haven't wasted the whole day." You like that one?
Most of the younger generation, they don't want to have child. What do you want to say about that?
Let them do exactly what they want to. The world is overpopulated anyway. And if someone doesn't want to get married, oh, jolly good, that's okay. And I don't mind, it's up to them. My son has got married and has no children at the moment. And if you get into a way of life of not having children, somehow or other you're quite happy doing the sort of things that you do, because life changes.
Okay.
I don't get paid for this interview, do I?
I will pay you a cup of coffee, all right?
Oh, look.
Have you been to China?
I've not been, no. I'd quite like to. The Great Wall of China. We've got a great wall in this country called Hadrian's Wall. What happened in the Second World War in China then? They were at war with Japan, weren't they, I suppose? Yeah. As we were.
Japan tried to invade us and conquer China.
Japan did, yes.
Yeah.
They tried to. They're still disputing over various islands, aren't they, in the sea around China and Japan.
But finally, Japan failed. Black coffee and with 3 sugar.
Yeah, we got sugars there.
And how do I pay? Visa?
Yeah.
Hey, sir, here you go.
Put it on the seat, will you?
Oh, on the seat. All right. Thank you. Bye.
I'll get some more maybe. Thanks very much.
Okay.